Previously on Conversations with Berima Amo.
Mining town called Mungo. And there was a drum there. And then I brought the drum into the middle of it and I started playing it. And then the elders were very emotional. They were like, you are playing it the way that it's supposed to be played. I was like, wow. So I realized that what connects us is the drum. You see? Wow. And so I called the album The Journey of the African Drum. That it is the thing that links us to our brothers in South America. So that's why the name of the album. Yes, the album was The Journey of the. Since then, what I got earlier on in my career was that a song that can be remembered by people is more. I released in 2017, but you are singing it today. When I finished Ligon Presec, my father sat me down and he was like, what are you going to do? And I told him that I'm going to play music. And I am the firstborn. So it was like he sat down and thought about it. Yes, he thought about it. He was like, okay, you can only play music if you become the best at it. And I promised my dad that I'll become the best. And he was like, what do you need?
God bless you, Dad. Wow.
Yeah. What do you need? So I said, okay, I'll need CDs. So he bought me a VCD player. And then he would go, when he's coming from work, he'll buy jazz CDs for me. And then he's like, okay, I was like, okay, I need to go and learn I need to produce an album. So this was in 1999. I need to produce an album. He was like, okay, where are you going? I was like, I was going to TVO Lamte. So I went to TVO Lamte with my songs. This is what got me into production. And I went there, I was like, I need the song to be, and I could not explain myself. I realized that I am an illiterate in expressing how I feel. You know, what I feel is I play what I feel, but expressing how I want it to be dark, I want it to be bright, I want this. And so I told my dad, no. After going to the studio twice, I was like, Uncle TV, I don't want to do this anymore. I need to learn audio engineering. So I came to tell my father that I cannot do an album now. I have to do audio engineering. So I started audio engineering. So whilst I was practicing at home, the only thing I was doing is going to audio engineering. Fridays I'll go and watch Jimmy Berkeley at Plus 232. And for 1 year, they didn't even know I was a trumpet player. I was just sitting down, just soaking it in. What makes you a musician is what you listen to, not what you play. You know? So the difference between musicians is what we listen to. Ghanaian musicians are very good, but they are listening. The music that they listen to is very narrow. And if Ghanaian musicians, like the creatives here, start to listen to different things, you know, I have the privilege of living in Amsterdam and I've played with the Moroccans, they are best musicians. I've played with Turkish people. I've played also Indian music. I've played all sorts of music. So that kind of brought me into that sphere. And for me, you'll be shocked the kind of music I'll be listening to. Like last year for 6 months, I'm just doing a studies of lute music, or I'm doing a studies of Baroque music for 3 months. You see, and so you have to open up yourself to different things. You don't know, like, okay, the piano music of Schubert, you know, and then so as a musician you have to expand your listening. Yeah, so that's one of the highlights of turning. And then I learned audio engineering. So when I went to Holland after school, I went to also apprentice with like two of the biggest music studios in Holland.
Wow.
You know, and so that's been my for me, releasing an album is like letting people hear the things that is like the highlights of my.
It's not like you want to release, but
no.
Express. Wow. Yeah. This a lot. I think you guys should make this think. Wow. It's not about the solos. It's about the song.
The best songs are lullabies, the ones that children can remember.
Hey, God, how can you say this?
Yeah.
Hey,
if you play a song and nobody remembers, what's the use of it?
Hey, the best. Oh no, say how can you say it? Hey,
the best melodies are children's songs.
This one, dear.
Yeah, because even children can remember it.
At that age.
Yes. And the child sings mo 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 adiawaya mami. That's the best song. It's not your complicated.
No.
You know, that one is good. It has its place. You know, in language. In language, there are different levels of language. It's the same thing with music. And so I personally, I make music for people that like, it's like who understand a higher level of language. Yes, that is the yes. Level. But at the end of the day, I make sure that my choruses are memorable. I go water, 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 carry on, water, finish. You know, the solos will be complex, the rhythms will be complex, the chords will be high. But I make sure that in my choruses, I have very simple melodies.
That can stick.
Yes, that can stick in people's head. So that's the hook. That's why we call chorus the hook. It hooks you. You know.
Always
so,
forever.
Yeah.
Wow. Enough of that. So recently you were nominated at the TGMA's Ghana Music Awards. What's your impression and how did you feel about the whole event?
That's actually a very funny happening because my team applied, they didn't tell me. And if they had told me, I would have told them no. But because this is what I have realized.
Wow.
We that play authentic music, play alternative music in Ghana, we think that the TGMA or the Ghana Music Awards scheme is not for us. That's our mentality. We think it's for the Afrobeat people.
Yeah.
And this thing. And a lot of the media people, anytime I go on interview, they tell me that I should apply for it. But I go like, I think they are just being nice.
Okay.
So when they applied, and then I got the email, I was shocked. I was like, oh, I've been nominated. Wow. Okay. You know, so I had a lecture this Saturday in Amsterdam. But I cancelled and I flew in last week just to attend. And I came there. That was the first time I've been in. Wow. Now, mind you, I have been at different awards. I've been to like 5 different awards. I've received like 12 awards. And I have been to like 5 different awards in 5 different countries. You see. And in going to all these awards, coming to the Ghana Awards, I was really impressed.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Clap for them.
I was really impressed. Charter House has, like, the thing was well organized. The sound was really good. There was a time I was like, is it CD or is it live music?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This means a lot to God bless you.
No, I don't know the guy that did the sound, but the sound was really good. The organization was good compared to the other places that I've been nominated and received awards. It was really good. The thing that caught my attention about the award that I wish that they did more about is 2 things. The first one is that when you look at our category, you know, the Record of the Year award, it was for music that is impactful, that was well done, that might not even get like
the global reach.
Yes, or the reach in Ghana is not so huge like the Afrobeat people, but it was still a good song. Okay, so when I look at my song and I look at Kwabena songs and I look at that particular song for Kofi Kenata, it should have been in the High Life Award category.
Very true. Funny.
You see, and so the categories is a bit funny. So one day there's something we call the trade missions, where Europeans, when they send experts to another country to mingle with the people, and we're going to do a trade missions between Holland and Ghana, right? And so in the meeting, we had some ministers there also. And they were like, and then it was a few years ago, they were like, oh, what's the best high life? Who's the best high life? Who won the best high life in your award scheme in Ghana? And then immediately the guy just went to Google it and saw it. And then he went to Spotify to go and look at the song. And like, that's not high life. And then my face, now I had to now come and explain. So for me, I think that they organize the thing very well, but if Charter House would look at that and understand that there's also now, we also live in a global village where people look at things, and the idea when people outside Ghana, when we say high life, the sound that we are looking at is not the sound that is in that category. You know, and what they can do is create another category for authentic high life or traditional high life. You know. So everywhere is like Afrobeat. That's my thing. And some people have even called it the Afrobeat Awards. You know, but it's like Jamaicans having their awards, and then it's only high life people, the artists that
are on the bill.
High life. You know, it is only Ghana that does that. that our biggest artists are not people that play our indigenous music.
So it looks like we don't appreciate our own.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, so that's one of my problems. And then the other problem is that if I had the chance to mute the sound on the stage, there's nothing that showed that it was a Ghanaian thing.
Still, wow.
So when you mute all the things everybody's trying to be like an R&B singer, trying to be like a tag from America or a yo-yo person. You know, the dancers, there was nothing traditional
to show
in
that
the
this
thing.
is because it's Ghana.
Yes, it's Ghana Music Awards.
Very
and if it's Ghana Music Awards and we have to show our culture and project our culture, and I don't think that this is Charterhouse. Maybe Charterhouse can speak with the artist so that they can incorporate Ghanaian things into it. But that's the artist. And when you look at the generations of artists that from you can realize that, you see, this is what I've realized about Ghanaian artists. The more they grow and mature in their craft, the more they realize that they have to incorporate high life into their music. You know, so people like Kiddy and Stonebwoy really stood out for me because Kiddy actually incorporated some Palogo in the thing. And then Stonebwoy also put high life, and he gave high life a shout out. That was Stonebwoy. That was really great. Apart from that, there was nothing Ghanaian. You know, their dressing, the optics. There's nothing Ghanaian. There are no Ghanaian colors. There's our kente is not there. Our Ntuma. We've given the word Ntuma and kente.
And they are using it.
And the world is using it, but we are not using it here. So I mean, the optics. These are the two things that, for me, like I was like, okay, because every country that I've been, the 5 countries that I went to personally received the award, they had their cultural things displaying. You know, so these are the two things that I.
Let's go for a commercial break. We'll be right back.